welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay, and I just have one overnight sale to share with you. But then I also have, I went to an estate sale yesterday, and I picked up some things, and I also went to a Goodwill. I have 15 pieces to show you from both of those places. If you are thinking about going to estate sales, I highly recommend that type of setup to find some really good things. Granted, prices aren't going to be thrift store or Goodwill or bins. For example, dresses I usually spend $6 for at my Goodwill, and they were $8 at the estate sale, you know, so sort of comparable, but you do need to be a little bit pickier. My daughter and I arrived an hour before the estate sale started. I love, you know, when estate sales are not on the weekends. Usually there is less people. It started at 2. We were there by 1. And there was already 39 people there in front of us. So yeah, they did have a couple of designer items, but they were definitely gone by the time we got in the door. They did let in the first, I think, 39 people or so in their house. It was 2,800 square feet, and these people were collectors. I will insert a couple pictures. I didn't take many because I feel like there was like about 200 people there, and you know, I didn't want to I wanted to respect their privacy, basically. So yeah, I wanted to get some film, but I just didn't get a chance. But yes, so yes, I have one overnight sale, and it was on Poshmark. I took an offer of $33. I had these new with tags, size 16 American Eagle. Are they flares? American Eagle is definitely a bread and butter sale. When picking up, there we go. They are the curvy kick boot. When picking up, they don't have to be new. They still sell, although I usually get about $30 for used ones. I really wanted to get $40, but I didn't have any other open offers, so I did take the $33 offer. When picking up any jeans, you wanna check in between, you know, for rubbing, because nobody wants a thin, you know, rubbing pair in between the crotch area, as well as staining. Come on, that happens sometimes, I guess. And you want to make sure that this isn't dirty and frayed and stained. You also want to make sure that there's not a lot of wickering. I'll put a picture right here of what wickering is. But yeah, that's just like wear and tear of denim. I know that 100% cotton jeans always stand the test of time. Think of like Calvin Klein or Gloria Vanderbilt. 80s type of jeans. Bill Blass is another one. When they're 100% cotton, you can use and abuse those jeans, and they last forever. They just get softer and broken in. But in today's more comfort fit jeans, they're really stretchy, and they have like a high spandex content. They're not made to last. They're more comfortable than 100% cotton, but they're simply not made to last forever. So when you do find, you know, high spandex content jeans while you're outsourcing, you have to take a once over and make sure they're not too used and abused. So I spent $4.99 for my jeans, and again, I took a $33 offer on these jeans. Enough about that. That was my only sale. So let's get into what I sourced at the estate sale. The first thing, they had tons and tons of clothing. But again, some of the men's shirts, actually a good amount of the men's shirts were $25, and they weren't designer or anything. They were like Lands' End, LL Bean. They had some vintage sweaters that were priced at $35, which definitely is not good to flip. My daughter did source, I think, like a half a dozen sweaters that weren't priced that high. I think there were 6 each. And again, comparable with Goodwill prices at $4.99. This is what I pay in North Carolina at my Goodwill. So I did spend $6 for this little vest. I like it myself. The only reason I bought it is because it was new with tags. It retails for $79. Someone got it for 60% off, $31.60. I guess that lady did. But I'm not going to be able to sell it probably new with tags, and that was the reason why I bought it. Because as I was going through the estate sale clothing wardrobe, there were certain items that were actually decomposing that have been hung there, I guess, just for decades. And this was one of the pieces that the hanger decomposed on it, and it was like almost like a red clay, but it was like a foam, and a little bit, maybe I could get away with just spot treating it. There's just little pieces of that foam on it, and I would still like to sell it new with tags. So I think I'm probably going to spot treat. So when you buy something new with tags, there's oftentimes I find, in fact, I find new with tags things pretty frequently, and I still make the mistake, you know, 20 years reselling, I still make the mistake of sometimes overlooking something. I see it's new with tags, I assume that it's flawless. That's not always the case. I don't know how stains or rips or tears get on new with tag stuff, but it happens. So I still make mistakes. I used to take a flashlight with me. I'm not that OCD about it anymore. I just simply do the best I can. Sometimes I'll keep something if there's a flaw, or I'll sell it, you know, at a cheaper price. A good example, let me just tell you this example. I already hauled and showed you this 100% cashmere Turnberry men's sweater. I have a new black men's sweater for myself now. It will fit me. It's a large man's, which is like an extra large ladies. I love that it's a longer tunic length. I thought I was going to get this for me. I did spend $5. I thought I was going to sell it for like 60. But upon looking at it further when I got home, I did not use my flashlight in the store, and there is a moth hole in it. Buying cashmere or silk, you have to take it over to a window in the thrift store and put it up like one ply and see if you can see any holes in it. The light will shine through those holes for the cashmere. And I didn't do that with this. Now I'm not even seeing the hole, but there is a little hole. There's a hole in here, and that means I'm just going to be keeping it. And I wanted to show you that hole, but now I'm not seeing it. It wasn't a very big hole. And of course, you know, you could sell it and say that there's a little hole, but I will probably just keep it because it's not a high-end cashmere. There's the hole. It's not even a 2-ply cashmere. It's up here by the collar. There we go. Are we going to be able to see that with light? Oh yeah, there we go. You can see that. So there's actually 3 holes. I can stitch it with clear thread and probably still sell it and get $25 for it. But, you know, it's a nice basic black cashmere, and I will probably get somewhere out of it. And so that's all I have to say about that. Okay. So the stuff I got at the estate sale, one was a Stetson hat, and Stetson hat, I don't think I have any right now. They sell pretty good for me. I usually get $50 to $60. This is that fisherman's one with you put, I think, lures when you're fishing. It's just kind of an outdoorsy one. It's in impeccable condition, and it's a size large, which is good. And yeah, so I did pick up this, and it was $6. Next, I picked up 2 pocketbooks. Was a vintage Eddie Bauer 100% suede bag. Actually, let me. And I picked up this. I picked up this because suede bags have been popular for about 5 years, and I have it stuffed. It's not gonna. I mean, unless you carry the kitchen sink around with you, it's not gonna be that stuff while you're carrying it. I just have it stuffed because I haven't taken pictures of it yet. But it's that really nice, just a beige basic leather strap. And Eddie Bauer is kind of tried and true. It's been around for ages. And I'm trying to think how much the pocketbooks were. I think the pocketbooks were like $6 or $8. So yes, I will probably get about $30. I mean, it's not too much. I do like it myself. Do I need another purse? Of course not. But if it doesn't sell like in 6 months, I got a new purse. Next were these kind of raffia wicker type bags. These are also tried and true. I think people call them festival bags. I sell them. Trying to think if I have any in my store right now on Poshmark and eBay. I think I might have one, but I think I've sold about 6 this year. So again, that's why I picked it up. You want to make sure that it's not unraveling anywhere, and you want to make sure that the leather straps don't have a lot of patina or staining or whatnot. And these are just, a lot of people love these with like maxi dresses in the summer months. I like them myself, and so I picked up that. All right, next, let's see, these gloves. I went back and forth, but again, I picked them up because they were new with tags, and she charged me $2. So these are just Ralph Lauren new, very long ladies gloves, probably elbow length. They have ruching. They're really pretty, and this burgundy maroon color is very popular. I feel like it's always popular in the wintertime, but it is really popular. Again, with winter coming, that cranberry color is very popular. And then I have 3 bras. These actually did come from my Goodwill. I don't generally pick up this glamorized sports bra anymore. This used to be like a $30 all day, everyday bra. And now I'm just really picky. I pick it up if it's a nude color and if it's a large cup size. This is 40F. And I feel like anything over maybe E or double D is considered larger. The bras that sell the best for me actually are M, O, and J. So FYI on that, and you just want to make sure in picking up bras, if they have wire, you want to make sure that the wire is intact and it's not like jabbing out of the sides, because a lot of people just donate them when that happens. And yeah, that's something that I've picked up by accident before, and so you want to make sure that's okay. And you also want to make sure the clasps are the prongs are really good. All right, next is a Soma bra. This one was fine. This one did have a little discoloration, and I thought when I came home, you know, that it was discoloration, but I threw it in the wash, I dried it, and it's gone, so it was just a surface stain. And Soma is one of my bread and butter brands. Soma sells so good. When picking up Soma, though, you want to make sure this is legible, because you can oftentimes tell how old that bra is and how many washes and wears it's been through by this right here. If this is really, really faded, leave it behind. I do spend $2.49 for all my bras, and I usually I used to list them for $20, but then people would offer me $10 and $15 because I spent $2.49 and the platform takes a 20% commission. I now list them for $25 to $30, and I don't sell them for under $20. All right. And lastly was this Skims bra. Skims runs so small. I wish they didn't, because the whole thing, you know, Kim Kardashian had said she wants everyone to feel included, which is great. And so she does go up, I think, to a 4 or 5X, but they're so small. So just because it says 4X, I had brought in a Skims dress, knowing that they run a little small. I'm an XL. I had brought one in 1X and 2X. They were both like, I couldn't even get them over my shoulders. So they run 2 or 3 sizes too small as a whole. I picked up this bra, Skims, and just by looking at it, I could tell it's not the size that it says. So it's 36H, and it looks like a 34 double D to me. But so what you do in cases like that, when you pick up a brand that you know people want, what you do is you say check the website for reviews, and kind of hope that people, by now, Skims have been around. I feel like Skims has been around for about a decade. I'm not sure, but I'm going to put it here. I'm going to go down that rabbit hole. Hopefully that they know that Skims, now I know Skims runs small. So if I'm purchasing for myself, even though I'm an XL size 16, I'm going to get that 4 or 5X if I want Skims, and say the heck with what the tag says, which I think we should all be saying anyways. What the heck with it? You want to feel good in your clothing, so we shouldn't actually pay attention to the tag. So yeah, I have no problems wearing a 4X, 5X, 7X, if it fits and I like the way it looks, then, so be it. All right, getting back to, those were Goodwill finds. Getting back to the estate sale. Oh my goodness. Watching the birds go by. This is a beige Garnet Hill dress, and I found one in black and this beautiful beige color. It's a midi kind of shift dress, kind of lag and look. These pockets, you want to put lag and look in the title, or at least the description, because this is like a pullover and go. It's a modal dress. Garnet Hill, gosh, it probably retailed for about $200. Will I get anywhere near that? Of course not. Oh good, it was dry cleaned even. And let's see. The fabric is viscose and spandex. It feels like modal, but yeah, that's a really nice combo. So yeah, no slits or anything, just a neat, nice, easy midi, pull on and go. And again, it probably retailed, it's a midi dress. It probably retailed for close to $200. I'll put right here how much the dresses cost, but I will probably get maybe 50. I'll probably list them for 60. And I will also be putting how much they retail for. But you know what, now that I think about it, I don't think Garnet Hill is around anymore. I feel like my daughters told me that. So I don't know, but I'm going to see, and we'll go from there. Speaking of a brand that's no longer around, and that's just recently, is Robert Redford's brand, Sundance. And again, these retailed for probably over $200. It's a linen shift dress. This is the Viv dress, so you want to actually make sure that you've done your research. I mean, anything that you buy that's like artisan or a higher end brand, usually the dresses, I'm not talking Old Navy or Gap, but sometimes you want to make sure you have the style name, and this is the Viv dress, V-I-V. So that is what I will be putting in the title. I'll be putting linen, I'll be putting blue, XL, beautiful. And I steam all my clothing as well. Midi dress. Okay, so these 3 dresses I found at Goodwill. Actually, my daughter found them. We were sourcing yesterday, and they're the exact same dress. Soft surroundings is my bread and butter. I love soft surroundings myself, and it was 3 identical dresses. These, tell me these don't look like those Baltic born dresses that everybody loves for weddings. So no slit, modest full length, probably 60 inches. I'm 5'7" and it's covering my feet. So one in pink, 3/4 sleeves. You want to put that in the description. These are, as you can see, the bell flutter sleeves. So I'm also going to be putting tags of bridal wear, winter, and that is the Soft Surroundings label. They're large. They would probably do better as an extra large, but I still feel like I'll get some really good money for them. They probably retailed for about $129. I'll put right here how much the Soft Surroundings dress is retail for. It comes the sash. It is a faux wrap, which I actually like better than the wrap. And I have one in this blush pink and one in gray. They're all size large. They're obviously belong to the same person, floor length. They're just gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Soft Surroundings also runs big. And again, I like them myself. My lifestyle is not this fancy where I could just be gallivanting in beautiful velvet with my pearls and my hair up. I wish my life was sometimes, but yeah, I'm not going to be just walking around the house with this. But this is a really gorgeous, gorgeous dress. Gorgeous dress. So I'm trying to think, any event that you have for the winter, it doesn't have to be bridal or wedding, but I think any event or holiday party, these dresses would be appropriate for. I don't think they would be good for workwear, but I would just, any event that you have, any fancy occasion, that is when you when you would wear a dress such as this. All right, lastly this was $6.99. I went back and forth, but yeah, $6.99 at my Goodwill. And it's just, you would have to remove this. This is sewed in such a way where you could just snip those, and it's a reversible coat. All black and this rich. When I look at it, I think Gothic. Chico's Woman is not a goth, but I will be putting Gothic for the style girlies that like this red and black. Quilted, as you could see, all those quilted. It is a beautiful blazer. Beautiful. I tried it on. I like it myself, but again, this is not my day-to-day life. A lot of people do dress for their like fantasy life. I've been seeing a lot of gals and fashion influencers telling women my age and up to dress for your fantasy life. For example, if you have a fantasy of owning a yacht someday, dress nautical, but I do not fall in line with that. I like comfort too much, but I also like style. But yeah, so it might sell to, you know, to a Chico's lady. Otherwise it will be selling for a style base to a Gothic type person. But because I feel like this with a little lace bustier and like one of those tall black skirts like that, I don't know, young people wear, those tall where they're kind of flared out, skater slash tall, with the black lace, kind of like a Hot Topic style, and this on top. And I feel like she would have her Doc Martens on and she would be ready to go clubbing. That is how I think someone would style this that is not, you know, over 50. But the 50s lady would probably put this on with a solid black tee like this. I have my quince tee on. Actually, you know what? I sourced this quince tee at Goodwill as well. Came home, washed it, dried it, and I'm wearing it. It's just a modal blend quince. It's kind of big right here. It is an XL, and for t-shirts I just prefer a large because I like this to be more fitted. So I'll probably end up selling it eventually. But yeah, I was happy to find it. I'm slowly seeing quince, not cashmere that much, but quince, you know, they sponsor so many big time influencers here on YouTube and Instagram, and they're finally tripling into the Goodwills. So they don't retail for a lot, but when I do find them, I usually always buy them unless they're flawed. So far this year, I've sold 2 pairs of quince pants, and I actually have 2 pairs up, and a short sleeve pink cashmere sweater. And then eventually I'll probably, you know, sell this t-shirt. So that is all, making sure, that is all I have for you guys today. How have your sales been? I hope your sales have been good, because yeah, we're in 4th quarter. So remember on Poshmark, the 2 little tips is, remember that we cannot sell or ship anything priority mail. I did not call for those Ground Advantage boxes, but I did email them. Let's see, the statement came out on September 9th. I think by the 11th or 12th, that's when I emailed them. And I have just got a verification that they received it, and they're processing my order. And when that comes in, I'm going to do a whole separate video on those, you know, boxes and envelopes. I ordered 100 of each, and there were 6 different ones. So I do have 600 coming in for Ground Advantage. But until they get here, I just been using my eBay white poly mailers. I have a store on eBay, and so 4 times a year I'm able to get a $50 credit for my store, and I usually just get these, these bags. I think they're 3 mil. They feel pretty good, but I do have it linked in my description if you want to get them on Amazon, because that's what I used to do before I had my store. So again, that is all I have for you guys. I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.